that awkward moment when you get up to go get ready for your stream, thinking that you hit the go live button already, and then you didn't. My apologies. Yeah, I could have been here like a whole like 4 minutes ago, but I was like, okay, stream started. Okay, stream getting up, and I'm like, okay. And then I forgot to hit the go live button. You know, like a normal person. Like, that's how you go live. You hit the go live button. It's how it do be sometimes. Anyways, hello. Welcome one, welcome all to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destiny. I would say the finale, but we still have one more episode after this. But it's the last of Turnabout tomorrow. Hopefully. Because, oh boy, this might be long. So I believe we are back for, this week is going to be up in the air still, kind of. Because I think it's Friday or Saturday we will be back for Dokapon Kingdom. Now that, the holiday, now that Easter's over. So I don't know exactly if that's the case. So if nothing happens, maybe we'll do take 2 of the Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlocke. Because Saturday didn't happen, right, chat? Saturday didn't happen. Ignore what you would see on the VOD. None of it happened. My win ratio for Nuzlocke is 50-50. So you deal with it, nerds. So anyways, I should shut up and let's play. Oh yeah, we thought we were gonna finish everything, and then Apollo was like, nope! December 20th, District Courtroom number 4. Mr. Justice, please explain yourself. It's very simple. There isn't much to explain. The defendant, Miss Athena Sykes, might not be innocent. Of course she's not innocent! She stabbed somebody! What are you talking about? The case from 7 years ago has been settled. I'm not talking about the past here. I'm talking about the present case. I'm not wrong, though. She's not completely innocent. She stabbed a guy. Or woman. We do not know who the Phantom is. Well, I mean, it was their hand and it wasn't lethal because let's face it, the Phantom in that previous case is the Phantom in this case too. It's still not clear who killed Clay Tyrion. I figured this would be the case. It's just like, yeah, we settled the case from 7 years ago, but Apollo's not gonna be happy because we still don't know who killed Clay. But Apollo, why would you... Miss Sykes, please listen quietly to what I have to say. What in the world is Apollo trying to do? Get justice for his friend, obviously. Oh, thanks, Madcap. Thanks for the prime. Good luck with the baby. Your Honor, please allow me a little of the court's time. But This is a trial for the case from 7 years ago. Miss Blackwell, I'd like to ask a favor of you. Just as you lost someone close to you, I lost someone close to me too. I'm sure you want to know the real truth of what happened as much as I do. Apollo. Sure, you know I'm all for the truth. Now let's see you expose the princess's guilt. I don't think she settled that Sina is innocent from 7 years ago. Judge, I give my permission. Continue with the trial. Very well. Is that all right with you, Prosecutor Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections. Let's hear Mr. Justice's testimony. I'll have the police investigation report brought immediately. Not you too, Edgeworth. I really hope it's because of you. I really hope it's because you have something up your sleeve. It's Edgeworth. Of course he's got something up his sleeve. And that up his sleeve is logic and reasoning. His best tools. We had a whole 2 spin-off games about his logic and reasoning. Very well. Your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Okay, so we're just jumping back into the present here. As you wish. Let's review the case of the murder of Clay Tyrion. It was made clear in the previous trial that Solomon Starbuck was not his killer. Therefore, the true culprit was someone else. On that day, the culprit waited for the astronauts in the boarding lounge 1. When the 2 men made their escape out of the Space Museum, the killer attacked Mr. Tyrion with the same type of knife that was used 7 years ago. The murderer then escaped into the Space Museum. Next, the director used Cosmos to switch their launch pads. After that, the culprit exited the Space Museum and escaped via boarding lounge 2. Therefore, this trial must make clear who Mr. Tyrion's true killer was. In other words, we must discover who it was that escaped to the Space Museum that day. Thank you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, is the defense ready? As ready as I'll ever be, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I better rearrange my evidence. Relevant evidence swapped into the court record. Oh, we just kind of rearranged your... Oh. Now then, Mr. Justice, your testimony, if you please. Apollo's justice accusation. I suspect mistakes of the murder... A successive mistakes of the murder of Clay Tyrion. My current suspicions were confirmed when this incriminating evidence presented itself. It didn't present itself. Detective Fulbright presented it. In addition, she's the only one who could have utilized the launchpad switch to escape. That is why I wish to indict Miss Sykes on the charge of murder. She was already indicted for this murder, Apollo! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Justice, you realize you're charging your own coworker with murder, don't you? Oh, come on, you say that, Your Honor, you say that like it's the first time someone's ever done that. You say that like it's the first time Apollo's done it. And this is if this was like a video, it would clip back to the part where he has the accused Christopher Cabin of murder and Trump. I might make that video. I might make that as a silly little clip for like the internet. Yes, Your Honor, because that's the conclusion my investigation has led me to. But Apollo, why? How could you suspect me too? Mr. Wright, Your cross-examination, please? I think Apollo avoiding it is kind of him just trying to say he doesn't want to face her directly. Or he doesn't want to be right. I just don't get it. What did you find out over the past few days to make you think this? What first made you suspicious of Miss Sykes? It all started when Miss Sykes and I were investigating the crime scene. When she saw this weapon killed Mr. Tyrion, my bracelet reacted. She said she'd never seen the knife before, but my bracelet told me otherwise. And then every time after that, my bracelet would react when she talked about the case. Poor Apollo must have been beside himself during that investigation. I didn't know what to do or think. I couldn't even sleep. In that condition, I knew I wouldn't be any good in court, so I decided to wear an eye patch so I wouldn't be able to perceive any of her tells. Ah, okay, so I was wondering about the eye patch. So that's why Apollo was acting so strangely. But the reason Miss Sykes was unconsciously reacted to the knife that way is because she stabbed her mother's murderer with one identical to it 7 years ago. But that was what was behind her black psyche lock. So she wouldn't remember it. Objection! But that knife was also the murder weapon that used to kill Clay Tyrion. My bracelet could have also reacted to her because she knew she was his killer too. Ah! I guess he has a point. I mean, his bracelet just tells when people are lying, really. But my bracelet wasn't the only reason I became suspicious of her. That was the lighter that was found in the Space Museum with her fingerprints on it, right? But even if it seems decisive, there must be other facts we don't know about it yet. If that's so, go ahead and prove it then. Look, honestly, I don't want to believe it's true either, but Miss Sykes was the only one who was in the Space Museum at the time of the murder. But Mr. Justice, Miss Sykes had absolutely no motive to kill Mr. Tyrion. 7 years ago, Miss Sykes lived at the Cosmos Space Center. It wouldn't be strange if she had some kind of connection to him. Besides, people sometimes kill for motives we can't even imagine. I know you've seen plenty of cases like that in your own career, Mr. Wright. I still can't believe this. How can you actually suspect Destinies, Apollo? Yeah, but how could she have known about the switch? Isn't it possible that somebody else used that same escape route? I'm afraid not, Mr. Wright. Why not? Recall there is a security camera in boarding lounge 1 aimed at the launch pad door. It's the same camera that captured Mr. Tyrion and Mr. Starbuck, but there's also another security camera in boarding lounge 2. It recorded Mr. Tyrion's killer, or rather, Miss Sykes coming out of the Space Museum. A camera in the boarding lounge 2. First I've heard of it, but makes sense. Athena said that she snuck into the Space Museum the night before the incident, and then was overcome and passed out until around noon the next day. I was out until about noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into boarding lounge 2. That must have been when the cameras captured her, and that's what made Apollo suspect her even more. But wait a minute. In that case, it's most likely recorded the true culprit as well. That's a negative on that one too, Mr. Wright. In the footage taken after the incident, Miss Sykes is the only one who appears. Why? Order! Order in the court! That can't be. But if it is, then it's incredibly incriminating. Wasn't it you who proved in the previous trial that the way the true culprit escaped was via the Space Museum after the pads have been switched? A fact you previously proved turns on its ear, leaving your client high and dry. Edris! It's just a stepping stone, damn it! You know this! I have dealt with you many times before! I must say, that's the vintage Phoenix Wright. This is vintage Phoenix Wright. Glad he came around to the butt of a joke. Now I feel like I went out on a silly little rampage for nothing. Quick, make fun of his glasses again. And then I'll just go with okay, he's getting old. He's in his 30s. Believing in your client to the end is the basic principle of a good defense. Shouldn't you extend the same principle to your own coworker? You're probably right. Maybe I'm not even fit to be a lawyer. God damn it, Apollo! However, I don't care. This case is special to me. Clay was my friend. And that's why I just have to know the truth. Apollo suspected his trusted co-worker of killing his friend. To dispel his doubts, he investigated on his own, but that only led to more doubts. Apollo must have been really struggling with this. Well, Apollo may have doubts, but he's wrong. I'll say it again. Athena Sykes isn't the murderer. Then I'll have only one thing to say. Evidence is everything in court. Well, Mr. Wright? Think he has the concrete proof to knock down my arguments? Your arguments have been very clear, Mr. Justice, and your facts appear to be indisputable. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think of my theory? It looks like not even you can deny it. Sykes was the only one who used the only possible escape route. Under these circumstances, there can be no other suspect but the defendant. Unless you think there was an alternate escape route. Is that what you think, Mr. Wright? Is that what you think, Mr. Wright? Is that what you think, Phoenix? Wait, is there no alternate escape route? No. Hold on. Stabbing, skipping the third one, the main building. But question, when was this again? I'm gonna say no. I don't think there was an alternate route, but if I say that, it's all over. I better think this through again. Was there an alternate escape route? Okay, I guess there was. Yes, of course there must have been. Just don't ask me what. You're just bluffing again, aren't you? Me? Bluff? No way! He knows me too well. Everyone in this courtroom knows you too well, Phoenix! It's fine, Mr. Wright. Even a bluff would suit me just fine. As long as you can clear this doubt inside me. Wait. So, is this what it's all about? I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what is fate without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really fully trust her. So that's why you can really trust me? It seems your junior partner has showed us what trials are truly all about. I believe you're right. We prosecutors painstakingly question every detail in pursuit of the defendant, while we lawyers believe and defend our clients to the end. When both sides go all out against each other, that is when we discover the truth. Precisely. And when the battle is over, we will understand the true meaning of trust. That's exactly what trials are about. Wouldn't you agree? Yes. I couldn't ignore the seed of doubt. That was growing inside me. So I decided I needed to face it head on. No matter what the truth is, there's waiting ahead. I won't be afraid. That's so like Apollo. So utterly earnest about things like this. Mr. Justice, I vow to dispel every last bit of doubt in your heart. Good. Because I want to believe in Miss Sykes again. You're really hoping there was an alternate route, weren't you, Apollo? But if I use the process of elimination, there really aren't that many possibilities. Director Cosmos was at the southern exit, leaving only the control room and the corridor to the Space Museum. Which door could the culprit escape through? Come on, Mr. Wright. Where do you think the culprit escaped to? Is this where I put my Siri? There? I doubt anyone could have escaped that way. But can you really say with certainty that it isn't possible? Because... like, listen, Apollo. This music is great. Yes, I believe I can. I guess you're right. What are you doing? This is serious, Mr. Wright! Please be serious, Mr. Wright. Look, I'm trying to use logic and reasoning, but that's Andros's tactics! Phoenix's tactics are bluffing and Psyche-locks! If I use the process of elimination, there really are more possibilities. The southern exit, leaving only the control room and the space corridor. Which door could the culprit escape through? They really could have only escaped to the corridor to the Space Museum. All they had to do was use the unconscious Mr. Starbucks Prince to get through the door. Objection. It appears that all you're trying is to establish Miss Sykes' guilt. If the culprit used that route, the only exit would have been into boarding lounge 2. The logical conclusion of your argument is that the killer is none other than the defendant. Ugh. I knew it! That's the only way it could be, huh? If the culprit escaped into the corridor that leads to the Space Museum, then I guess it's true. The only exit would have been into boarding lounge 2. But Miss Sykes was the only person captured by the boarding lounge 2 security camera. I investigated the crime scene thoroughly. But the only place the culprit could have escaped to was the Space Museum corridor. There weren't any other secured corridors or anything. So that would leave us with no other conclusion to draw up, but Athena Sykes was the culprit. What could the answer be? Was there really no escape route? But hold on a second. What if... Where did those mystery leaves we saw from the corridors come from? What if they're a clue to the culprit's real escape route? I think it is possible that the culprit escaped into the Space Museum, but then came out using a route other than boarding lounge 2 into boarding lounge 2. Oh. Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched after the bombing, meaning the Space Museum corridor was moving along the rails at the time, which is exactly when an alternate escape route opened up for our culprit. Are you kidding me? Judging by the intense look in your eyes, I take it you're serious. Hey, Edgeworth, when am I not? Very well then, Mr. Wright. Do tell. Where could the escape route gone into the board besides boarding lounge 2? The launch site! Well, we found something odd while investigating the museum corridor this afternoon. Namely, a few dead leaves on the floor. Considering where dead leaves come from, they point us to exactly where the culprit escaped to. Yeah, I remember seeing some leaves myself. Ah! Do you mean? Yes. Yep. While the Space Museum was in motion, just beyond the corridor's safety doors was an alternate place that the culprit could have used to escape. In other words, the culprit's real escape route was the area outside the Space Center. You're freaking insane! Your Honor, Edgeworth, Polo, you guys know me, okay? You're my junior partner. You've been through many cases with me, and god damn it, you're my friend, Edgeworth. Do you know how impossible that would be? That corridor is leveled with the third floor. Even if the culprit tried to leap outside the walls of the space building, they would fall to their deaths. Ordinarily, yes. But after the bombing incident, the culprit could make use of a certain item. And what item was it exactly, Mr. Wright? Alright, this is what the culprit used to leap outside the wall of the main building. Was it the... Oh, an emergency ladder? There was an emergency ladder in the fourth floor of the robotics lab, and it was used the day after the explosions to help evacuate people. Miss Blackwell herself used that ladder to escape down to the ground level. Recalling that the launch pads were switched after the ladders was lowered, the corridor would have passed by while the ladder with pads were being switched, which is when the culprit literally sprang into action. And leaped onto the ladder. What? Who would have imagined? Order in the court. Well, an alternative escape route seems to have emerged. Which means someone other than Miss Sykes could have been the culprit, right? Objection. Making things up on the fly in an attempt to sway the court again, are we, Mr. Wright? Hey, you know, it's what I do best. Your theory has so many holes. It puts Swiss cheese to shame. Alright then. Name one. I have here in detail information about the Space Center. According to this, the distance between the museum's corridor and the main building during the movement is a full 20 feet. 20 feet? You're pulling my leg, right? In addition, the corridor is 3 floors from the ground, or roughly 50 feet. What more, the culprit would be leaping to a precarious place, an unstable ladder. Urgh. Human beings feel fear in dangerous situations. It's a basic survival instinct. An ordinary person would certainly hesitate before jumping, or even freeze in fear and not jump at all. But the culprit had just murdered someone. They weren't in any ordinary state of mind. Nevertheless, why would they have taken that kind of risk? They could have waited for the switch to be completed and escaped to boarding lounge 2. Because there was a security camera in boarding lounge 2. Whoops, my bad. That's me. My bad. Because the culprit knew they would be recorded if they left the Space Museum that way. In that case, the culprit could have hidden in the museums until things settled down, and then blended in with the other people at the museum after the museum was opened. That's a good point. But you claim that despite all of this, the culprit took a 20-foot death-defying leap. And all that brief moment, in a brief moment, the corridor and the ladder passed by each other. That's also a good point. They would have needed a running start while the corridor was moving to make that jump. If their timing was off or they couldn't jump far enough, it would have been instant death. What kind of person would attempt something like that? A complete and utter idiot! Stop bringing up good points, Edgeworth. This true culprit of yours is nothing but a figment of your imagination. Why do you always have to point out every flaw? Mr. Edgeworth's right. That does sound pretty insane. Barry loved to play in the snow. Then he went on and played in the snow. The end. Well, but we're not done with the game, so we can't roll credits yet. The culprit would have to be someone who feels no fear, like a stuntman. But everyone feels something on some level, right? Wait a minute! Ah! I got it this time! I can prove that there was someone who could have used this alternate escape route. Oh, can you now? Thanks, Blackwell. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Blackwell. What's that, Mr. Wright? This is a certain person's very interesting psyche profile. The subject doesn't experience feeling like normal people do. In other words, this person doesn't feel happiness, sadness, or fear. Doesn't feel fear? What? Right. You can't be serious. Again, Edgeworth, look at who you're talking to. I'm always serious. Without the construct of fear, he could easily do what an ordinary person wouldn't dare. Just as you or I could auto jump on the ground without slightest fear. This subject could make a 20-foot leap, 50 feet up in the air. He could choose this extreme way of escaping without hesitation. So you're saying that it's the person without fear? The alternate route would have been quicker and eliminated the chance that they'd be spotted. That's definitely pretty extreme, Mr. Wright. But was there such a person at the scene? Yes. The Phantom. That mysterious shadowy figure who keeps popping up. Oh dear. The Phantom? Again? I knew the Phantom was there behind the scenes of the Space Center bombings, but I wasn't sure if he was connected to the murder of Clay Tyrion as well. However, it's now all clear. The Phantom is the one who not only bombed the Space Center, but also killed Mr. Tyrion. What? Huh? Oh, they finished each other's what's? That's kind of cute. An order in the court. Order, I say. Mr. Wright, please continue. There's just too many similarities between this case and the one from 7 years ago. But why, you may ask? It can only be because both incidents were the work of the same Phantom. So then this Phantom is the one who killed Clay? But who is he? This Phantom has been haunting this case, pulling the strings in the background. Who could this undefined international spy be? Right. This escape route must be a part of the Phantom's plan from the start, as was tricking Director Cosmos into switching the launch pads. The bomb on the second floor was meant to make the elevators and stairs unusable. That's why he gave an advance warning and planted the bombs where he did. Yes, I think you're right. But it doesn't explain this one last thing. So I lowered my emergency ladder down like the detective leading the evacuation told me to do. Oh my god! I was joking when I thought it was Fulbright! I was joking when I thought it was Fulbright! I was joking to myself when I thought it was Fulbright. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they use the ladders in the other rooms? The robotics lab wasn't the only room with an emergency ladder. But he couldn't have made that leap unless he was certain which one it would be. So you mean the Phantom must be someone who knew that particular ladder was going to be used? That's right. Who could it be? Wait a minute. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. Miss Blackwell lowered the ladder after being told to by the detective leading the... Ah! You gotta be kidding me. I thought I was joking, Phoenix. I thought I was joking. One last time. In justice we trust. Did you figure it out, right? Do you know who the Phantom is? Yes, I do. Who is it? Who killed Clay? Our mystery spy, known as the Phantom, is none other than... In justice we trust. After the explosions, a member of the staff crossed paths with a certain detective. I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. As for the detective who was leading the evacuation from the 4th floor, He had a very specific objective in mind. So I lowered my emergency ladder, like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. His objective was to secure his own escape route. We lowered an emergency ladder from the fourth floor window and escaped that way. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my own way down too and headed to the shelter. This is a detective you all know. He's even the lead detective on the current case. He appears to be a very emotional man, but his psyche profile says that he is without emotion. I thought I was joking when I thought I was joking so hard when I was like, it's gonna be. I thought I was joking when I was like, oh, it's gonna be a really funny plot twist when Detective Fulbright is the Phantom. Exactly. We are all taken in by his fake persona. Detective Fulbright's real identity is the Phantom. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, how could this be? That's easy, Your Honor. Detective Fulbright was leading the fourth floor evacuation effort. Our first clue is that he made no attempt to have any other ladders put to use. This ladder in the robotics lab is the only one he ordered to be lowered. The second that he directed everybody to the basement shelter via this ladder. Virally, it was all part of his plan to create an escape route. After Detective Fulbright saw it to be that the ladder was lowered from the robotics lab, he went to the lounge where he killed Clayterion and escaped into the Space Museum. The museum started moving. Slowly, he waited for the right time and got a running start. And just as the corridor was passing the ladder, he leaped onto it. Grr, I don't believe it. That Adspittle detective did all that? Was it really him? I mean, all this time, I saw it. Sorry we didn't catch your name. My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright. The heroic detective who defends our great citizens from evil. The champion of justice who comes running in whenever you need. And my catchphrase? In justice we trust. Then, his concern for Simon was also just one big act. I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of the society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. That monster killed Clay? He had me completely fooled. Come to think of it, he's the one who brought that blood-stained letter to court too. That scumbag even made me turn in on Asina. Damn it! How the hell did I fall for all of that? For him to have wormed his way into the police department as well. Urgh. Your Honor, the defense demands the question to Detective Bobby Fulbright. Yes, I agree to that. We need to hear from him right away. The court will take a short recess, and then Detective Fulbright will take the stand. I imagine Apollo was much louder than that. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. If it wasn't for everything you did, I... Don't thank me yet. We still have an uphill battle to fight. You got it, boss. Doing okay there, buddy? Doing okay there, Apollo? Apollo! Well, this is awkward. Athena, can you do me a favor? Huh? What is it? Could you punch me, please? I mean, it's only right. He did slap me like 7 years. He did slap me a year ago. Well, what? Why should I do that? Because I should have believed in you. I let the seed of doubt inside me get the best of me. I'm really sorry that I didn't trust. Ouch! Don't be such a dope! I was really touched by what you did. Huh? Now what are you talking about? I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what if faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally can come out, I can really fully trust her. You took the time and effort to genuinely think about who I am and what I'm made of. After that, how could I punch a true friend like you, Apollo? You didn't have any trouble slapping me a second ago. Phoenix, just remember, Apollo slapped you once. And that was the moment that made me love Apollo, honestly. Thanks, Athena. And thanks for waking me up to reality again. Guess I know who to call if I ever get sleepy in court. It looks like you have some promising young people working under you. Edgeworth. Yeah, I think they're pretty great myself. And they're not afraid to keep me in line. Anyways, I have some very good news. Aura Blackquill has surrendered and the hostages have been set free. Tracy and all the others. Oh, thank goodness! Miss Blackquill said she had something she really needed to do. So I granted her special permission to do what she must. I wonder what it is. Miss Blackquill! I didn't come to apologize, if that's what you're thinking. My actions were what allowed the truth of what happened 7 years ago come to light. But I did come because I had something to say to all of you. Miss Aura! She better not be here to complain about something. Miss Blackquill, I want to apologize to you. The fact that you couldn't trust the court system is our fault. Yes, it's true. The courts are filled with incompliant idiots. Still, I suppose I could let you handle the rest of this case for me. Oh, Miss Aura, does this mean you're starting to trust the system again? Of course, no, of course not. Be quiet, hunk of junk. It's just, I wouldn't mind if you were the ones who took Mitra's killers down. Leave it to us. We'll get him. So I guess that means she's starting to trust us. Trust us, at least. Well, that's one prosecutor she trusts. Good job, Edgeworth. You have turned 2 people to not hate you. Because of their distrust of prosecutors. I wonder how Lang is doing anyways. We haven't really seen him since Prosecutor's Gambit. He's probably off hunting bigger prey now. At least that's what I had canon. Or he died in a battly phase of glory. No, I like to be optimistic. He's still alive, fighting the big battles. Aura. Simon, I'm so glad both you and the princess were cleared of all suspicion. It's all thanks to me and my robots. You better be grateful. I never imagined you would go that far, though you always were extreme. But I don't ever recall requesting your help. As close as ever I see. Well, now that you've been released, I guess it's my turn to go live in the slammer. I just hope you're not the prosecutor for my trial. You'd probably give me the death penalty. You know me all too well. I guess love can take on a variety of expressions, including stunned in their cases. But I was surely about to be executed. Tomorrow. Though because of you, it looks like I won't be crossing the sinks just yet. You have my heartfelt thanks, Aura. I'm sorry I caused you so much anguish. Simon. I'm so glad, Simon. So very glad to hear you say that. Aura? All right, that's enough of that. Bailiff, take me to the detention center. What Miss Buckquill did was unexcusable. But it's clear that she did out of love of her brother. I still can't wrap my mind around Detective Fulbright being the Phantom. I can't believe he killed Clay. Right. And murdered my mentor, which brought great distress upon little Asina. Chief Prosecutor? Yes? I would ask a favor. Would you allow me to stand at the prosecutor's bench for this trial? I wish to claim the Phantom's head by my own hands. That was my plan all along, after all. It's highly unconventional for a man of my position to stand in court. Sir? The formal paperwork has yet to be filed, but you are hereby conditionally released. Please, take the prosecutor's bench in your official caseability and uncover the truth by your own hands. I am much obliged. The day to part with Z's has come at last. Chief Prosecutor, could you? How long have I waited? Maybe it's the sense of freedom, but even the air seems fresher. The light brighter. And I will relish slashing that blackguard Fulbright to shred without mercy. Okay. We can't actually kill him, though. I don't have to be able to read his heart to see how happy he is. I'm so glad! I won't cry just yet! After all, we still got a trial to finish. Hey, Asina knows it! Asina knows only a good lawyer cries. A good lawyer only cries once it's all over. A lawyer can only cry once it's all over. That's what Godot said. But you know, Godot is dead too, so, yeah. He actually murdered someone. It's okay to cry, Asina. I promise. Prosecutor Blackwell? Mr. Wright? Please avenge Clay's death for me. What are you talking about, Apollo? You're coming to the defense bench with me. I am?! Well, I can't expect Asina to assist me now. Can I? She's the defendant. That leaves you, Apollo. But, are you sure you want me? I took a leave of absence and everything. Hey, consider your absence of leave-ins overruled. Well, our office is pretty short-handed, and you've all I got. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Apollo. Asina. I can say it with all my heart now. I believe in your complete innocence. And now we're going to prove it to the world. Thank you, Apollo. I know you can do it. Hey, Apollo. Hey, Blackwell, can you let...
So, you won't be needing that eye patch anymore, right? Right, because I'm fine now.
He's back! But he's wearing the wrong outfit. I love having different outfits on characters! It's like, he takes off everything, and now he's in his street creds. It's like, how does this work, Apollo? We don't know. The mysteries! Now this is the Apollo I know. Welcome back, Apollo! It's almost time for the trial to restart. Though it looks like you'll have things well in your hand. Well in hand. Yup. I should head back to the prosecutor's office. But why? I want to look into a few things. Namely, the first people on the scene 7 years ago. The facial data registered by the robots. And Detective Fulbright's background. Sounds great, Edgeworth. Thanks. I expect to be repaid with victory, right? Now, if you'll excuse me. We got this! Okay, you two all set to go? You bet I am! Let's do this! This is it. The final battle. The murder of Apollo's friend. The courtroom bombing incident. And the case that uncharted the dark age of the law 7 years ago. Destiny has called us to bring the ones responsible for it all to justice today. December 20th, 5:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Let's now reconvene. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has never been more ready. You know, this is the first time we've been at the defense bench together since I debuted. Now that you mentioned it, although back then I thought you were more loud than you were reliable. You've really come a long way since then, Apollo. You've grown a lot. Well, there has been some hiccups, but I guess I've done pretty well. He's still got that ego of his, though. Prosecutor Blackwell, with the 7-year mistake now resolved, you can finally take your rightful place. Yes, I guess we can keep the chit-chat for later. But bailiff, please bring in the witness immediately. Even with those handcuffs off, Prosecutor Blackwell still seems to be pretty much the same. 7 years of grumpiness doesn't go away so easily, I guess. Bobby Fulbright's here. I heard I was needed on the stand, so here I am. Detective Fulbright. Do you know why you have been called to give testimony? Yep, because there's only one reason why I'd been called. And that is because it's time for justice. In justice we trust. I'm still gonna do it despite the fact that he's definitely evil. I don't care that it's the evil guy's motto. I'm making injustice we trust my motto.
Objection!
You can't fool us with that act anymore. Your justice is nothing but lies. What? Are you questioning the integrity of my sense of justice? I mean, sure, sometimes I make mistakes, but hey. He's acting exactly the same as always. Tell me about it. He must be feeling awfully confident. Fulbright, if you wish to dispel our suspicions, then let's get to your testimony. Alright, fine. You want me to prove my righteousness? I can certainly do that. The embodiment of justice. I'm the very embodiment of justice itself. I really do think he actually believes that he's the embodiment of justice. But his justiceness is just flawed. Kind of in the sense of... I'm blanking on his name. The guy, the one guy from, he's from, it's from, yes! Forgot, his name just lost me. He's, Great East Attorney Chronicles, the chief guy. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. I forgot his name, though. It's been so long since I've touched the Great East Attorney Chronicles. Or at least an episode with him in it. Because, I mean, I did replay, there was The Adventures of the Unspeakable Story a while ago, but he wasn't in it at all! I don't think, at least. I won't have you make me into a villain with your far-fetched arguments. And this bit about the escape route is only a theory. You don't have any proof. But we do have its proof that Sina Sykes is the culprit. With this letter with her prints on it. Says the guy who's always wearing gloves! So you're saying the suspicions against you are completely false. And that the defendant is the real culprit. That's right! Mr. Lawyer's escape was totally circumstantial. He doesn't have any proof that I made a big leap onto the ladder. We don't have proof. You are correct about that. However, you don't have any proof about your claim either. Nah! I guess you're right. But you can't defy justice without evidence. Who can define it anyways? Justice is just. I really hope Edgeworth can figure out things quickly. Don't make me break out a dictionary on you! Says the guy whose last name is Justice. Please don't throw the book at me! Let's actually look into the actual definition of justice. Justice. To behave or just behavior or treatment. That is a great justice. Justice. 2. A judge or magistrate, in particular a judge of the Supreme Court of a country or state. Tell me the Phantom didn't just make me didn't just make me set up a stupid pun for him. Let's just try not to lose focus, alright? But my justice is crystal clear. What's not clear are your eyes. Wake up and smell the justice. Smells like a 23-year-old man. Am I gonna make so many jokes about Apollo's last name just being Justice?
Silence.
I mean, I guess if we're going against Fulbright, a man void of emotions, I guess Apollo's perceiving can't help. And if we had looked, he probably has like 7 gajillion psyche locks on him. And they're all black. No, I'm kidding. No. They would all be red. Enough of your rubbish, Fulbright. If you have even an ounce of justice, then you'll answer the court's questions and prove it. Prosecutor Blackwell. Prosecutor Blackwell looks torn. Well, Fulbright was his partner after all. Prosecutor Blackwell is right. The truth will be revealed in the cross-examination. The suspicions against Detective Fulbright are, at this point, only suspicion. It is as my duty. I will judge the claims against the detective as impartially as I can. Does anyone have any objections? That's fine, Your Honor. Ha ha ha! Now ask away. Don't hold back. Well, there don't appear to be any objections. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please bring on your cross-examination. Wait, but Blackwell hasn't said if he has objections. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't. The embodiment of justice. Those are just empty words. But they are if you keep saying them, keep saying something, and it eventually becomes the truth. Isn't that how people make their dreams come true too? By wishing over and over? I mean, that is just how I do feel fine sometimes, is I just keep telling myself that I feel fine. Alright, let's just move on. I won't have you make me into a villain with those far-fetched arguments. My arguments are hardly far-fetched. There's a careful reasoning behind my theory. Ha! Well, apparently there's some reasoning behind even a tofu burger. Hey! Some people even can't have tofu burgers. You know, like Onis. Specifically, the one, Oni Aritaki Ito, because he's allergic to beans. But what we have against the Sykes throw, it's not just reasoning, but solid evidence. And it's called the lighter with Miss Sykes' fingerprints on it with the victim's blood. Yes, that's true, but wait. Detective Fulbright was the one who brought that evidence to the trial, and he's always wearing gloves! If you harbor any suspicion, I suggest you ask Fulbright, right, Dono? Especially about that lighter. He's right, but what exactly should I ask about? Please tell the court about the position of the prints on the lighter. They are around the same spot on either side, as if she were holding it up. I suppose that if it was used to light the room, it would be held that way. Could you please add that statement to your testimony? You mean the lighter that was found in the Space Museum? Is that right? The one and only! After Miss Sykes murdered Mr. Tyrion, she escaped into the Space Museum. That's when she probably dropped the lighter. Then after the launch pads were switched, she ran out of the Space Museum, where her image was caught by the security camera. Without evidence, I should probably save this fight for another time. Yes, Miss Blackquill did mention that she saw a lit lighter being held up. Yup, meaning that the person Miss Blackquill saw was the owner of the fingerprints. It just strengthens the argument against Miss Sykes. Ugh, this line of questioning is going to get me anywhere except for conviction land. Should I ask him something else? So how many prints were found exactly? 3. The thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger of the right hand. Your Honor, that's an important statement. Could we please have it swapped into my testimony? You got it! He beat me to it. Being an investigating or testifying, speed is the key. So 3 prints from her right hand were found in the lighter, huh? Are you certain of this? I'd stake my life on it. Mr. Wright, isn't it odd that he's saying the prints were from Athena's right hand? Why would you say that? Well, think about it for a sec. Athena always wears that glove on her right hand, right? So there's no way she'd leave a print of those 3 fingers on her hand. Hey, great point! Why didn't I catch on that one? Detective Fulbright, I'm sure you heard of our discussion just now about how Miss Sykes always wears a glove on her right hand. Ha ha! Well, I have only one thing to say to that. Do you have evidence that she was wearing a glove at the time of the incident? I guess we don't. If you wanted to prove that the defense is innocent, you better ask better questions than that. Like I need a lecture from you, Smiles McGoo. Should I try asking him about something else? Let's proceed with your testimony, shall we? Ha ha! Ha ha! Certainly, certainly. The statement that was just added. I'm not sure if it's relevant or not. Well, at least he's willing to answer our questions. Let's keep asking about different things and see if we can uncover an inconsistency. Detective Fulbright is a tougher advisory than I thought. Oh! The letter in the left hand! You just said the prints were from a right hand. Is that correct? Oh, it's turnabout goodbyes all over again, baby! Yeah, that's right. Very clear prints. But that just doesn't add up. Huh? What doesn't add up? According to Miss Blackwell, who saw the culprit herself, this person held the lighter in their left hand. Oh. So here's the dilemma for us. Why are the prints on the lighter from a right hand instead of a left? Nah! You're right. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Your Honor, we've been through this before! And we go through it every year! Reminder, Turnabout Christmas, it will happen again this December. It will be a face cam special. Your Honor, this letter can hardly be called incriminating evidence. The witness's claims don't even hold water. Detective Fulbright, I hope you have a good explanation for this. I just can't understand it. They are definitely right-handed prints. But then why are they inconsistent with Miss Blackwell's statement? I got it! Oh, don't say that. Don't go back to what have you got, detective? The mirror! The witness must have seen the reflection of the culprit in the mirror. Go on. Miss Blackwell was looking in through the window of the boarding lounge one, wasn't she? I believe so. If you mean that little window in the back, the window back and to the right of the room. That's right. And across the room on the opposite wall, there's a large mirror. I do remember seeing it. Ah! So you're saying... Yes, the culprit Miss Blackwell must have been a reflection of that person in the mirror. Ah, I see. In that case, right and left would appear to be reversed, wouldn't they? Ha ha ha! Now do you see? That is the logic of pure justice! But your argument is only conjecture. You don't have any proof that what Ms. Blackwell saw was a reflection. Right, Dono. You've sooner nick yourself than than him on like that. Put some more muscle into it. Huh? Okay, Phoenix is getting old. He's in his 30s. Haha! That's right. Besides, the lighter couldn't have been in the left hand. And why not? Miss Blackwell said she saw an Earth emblem on the lighter, didn't she? That emblem is only on one side of the lighter. You're right. There's no emblem on the other side. Exactly. As blank and smooth as a judge's fine scalp. If the culprit had a lighter in their left hand, they would have covered the emblem. Uh-oh. What's more, this kind of lighter you flick open with your thumb before lighting. So if the culprit had held it in their left hand with the emblem out invisible, they wouldn't have been able to open it, let alone light it. But if they held it in their right hand, they would easily have opened it and light it. That all means that the culprit was definitely holding the lighter in their right hand. No! Come back! Come back! Review the contradiction! It appears you have planted a flower that bears no fruit. Ha 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 ha! See how it withers before my flower of justice. He's tough. He managed to discredit almost everything I've proven up until this point. Apollo, say something. In justice we trust! Now, you see, I'm not this phantom you've been talking about. I mean, are you sure there really is a spy? I bet they're just a figment of your imagination. Ugh, so sad, so very sad, but I'm afraid Miss Sykes is the culprit. Someone's gotta have that. Thanks, Apollo. Detective Fulbright, I believe you said that the emblem is only on the one side of the lighter. Are you sure about that? Of course I'm sure. Why don't you take a look for yourself and see? Do you see an Earth emblem on both sides of the lighter? I knew it. You're lying, detective. Pardon me. Fulbright. Blackwell, just let him have this. Just let me perceive this man. You mean, yes, my bracelet reacted to a statement about the emblem. He's definitely hiding something big. And I think if we use my talent, we might be able to figure it out. Justice Dono, are you using that cheat of yours again? It's not cheating, Prosecutor Blackwell. It's using legitimate strategies. Very well. Whether I like it or not, I suppose we should use whatever works right now. Go on, then. We have Prosecutor Blackwell's reluctant blessings, apparently. Okay, Apollo, you're up. Do your thing. Here goes, then. Detective Fulbright, could you repeat that last statement one more time? What in the world are you up to? Guess we never perceived him for fine. Alright, fine. I'll say it as many times as you like. Listen carefully. The Earth's emblem is only on one side of the... Let's just keep it. Ah! 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 I saw it! I saw it! I missed it! His son moved up when he said the Earth's emblem! I saw it! I just didn't hit the save button in time!
Gotcha.
Nailed it! Detective Fulbright, you might not be aware of it yourself, but whenever you say the phrase, the Earth's emblem, your left thumb moves. In fact, it appears as though if you're running it along the edge of your holster. Mr. Lawyer, I don't have the foggiest notion of what you're talking about. Be it as it may, I know it has something to do with the lighter. Let me examine it. But why? You're not making any sense. You can't just... Be still and do as you're told, Fulbright. If you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't mind them having a look-see, should you? What? You're not you too, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, we've been on the... To be fair, ever since he's been released, we've been on the same side of this. I'm not sure what this is all about, but Prosecutor Blackwell insists. It must be something important. I will allow the defense to examine the lighter. Good. Now maybe we'll learn something new. I hope so. Now let's check every inch of this thing. So this is the Earth's emblem Detective Fulbright was talking about. See anything noteworthy? Huh? Hey, look at this! The emblem is actually like some kind of button. Wow! It transformed into something. A handle, a trigger. Is this what I think it is? There's no question, it seems. What you have there is a gun. A what? Lighter gun! A gun? So that's it. Your Honor, please recall this morning's trial when Director Cosmos was on stand. The bullet that hit the oxygen tank was extremely small, maybe a 10 caliber. So this little compact gun probably takes bullets of that caliber. It looks like this is the gun that was fired at the scene. I'm flabbergasted. That lighter was a gun? It's also a gun, Your Honor! So when Detective Fulbright would touch his holster, that's right, whenever he mentioned the Earth's emblem, he must have had subconsciously thought about the secret behind the lighter. In other words, he knew it was a gun from the very beginning. A lighter that transforms into a gun seems like a spy gadget to me. It's not the kind of thing any ordinary person can get their hands on. In fact, I'd say it's strictly in the domains of elite spies. Detective Fulbright, you will explain yourself. Ha 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 ha! There's nothing for me to explain. I didn't know the lighter could transform. I mean, it was found in the Space Museum then I brought it straight in. I didn't even have time to check it out.
Objection!
Whenever you mentioned the Earth's emblem, you touched your holster. You subconsciously did that because you knew it was a gun. Accuse me all you want, but where is your proof? Do you have any evidence that I knew the lighter was a gun? Not exactly. And whose prints are on it? Miss Sykes' prints. It proves that she's the culprit who fired the gun at the scene. Ugh. It would appear that the detective is right. You guys are really trying to prove your client's innocent or what? Although it pains me to do this now that we are here where we are. I have to make the following assertions coming from the prosecution's side. The person who fired the gun at Director Cosmos in the lounge after the incident, and the person Miss Blackwell saw holding the lighter, and the person who murdered Mr. Tyrion, and the person who bombed the Space Center, are all the defendant Miss Yasina Sykes. The proofs, the prints on the lighters are decisive proof. No! Ha! Now do you see? A man on the side of justice couldn't possibly be the culprit. I think this about sums up Miss Sykes' part in the whole affair. The evidence certainly does seem to point to the defendant's guilt. Do you have anything else to say, Prosecutor Blackwell? Evidence is everything in court. Therefore, Fulbright's claims stand firm. But calm down, Apollo. He's just saying that because he has to as the prosecutor. Mr. Lawyer, our job is to pursue criminals in the name of justice. You shouldn't cast suspicion on people based on something as dubious as a habit. In fact, you have a bad habit of showing up in court with an awful also a case of bedhead.
Objection!
Says the man who wears sunglasses at night. If it's proof that you want, it's proof you'll get. I'll prove that this lighter is not Miss Sykes' but yours. Sounds like you have a hit on something. You've hit on something, Apollo. It's just if the prints on the lighters are the basis for accusing Athena, I think we should reconsider the credibility of the evidence itself. You mean you think the lighter might be forged evidence? That's right. It could all be a part of Fulbright's bigger plot. Did he do anything out of the ordinary while I was off on my own? I can definitely think of a few things. It is indeed. Have a look at this. What's this? A lighter? Detective, we'd like to run the comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge. Ah, yes, I just happen to have compiled the data of prints of everyone related to the case. I can always make another copy for myself. So it's all yours. Consider it a gift. If we all assume he's been laying a big trap for all of us all along, there's got to be something off about this piece of evidence. What's wrong with the lighter as a piece of evidence? No, I guess I don't see anything strange about how the prints were left on the lighter. Nothing unusual about the angle of the prints and how they are patchy in place, but there's got to be something off about this piece of evidence. What's wrong with the lighter as a piece of evidence? Are they really Athena's fingerprints? They definitely matched her print data. But what about the data itself? Detective Fulbright, you were the one who provided us with the lighter and the print data. Isn't that correct? Yes. What about it? You say Miss Sykes' prints matches the prints on the data. But I have to wonder, was that data you used official? Mr. Wright, are you suggesting that the evidence might have been fabricated? We are in the dark age of the law, Your Honor, so... I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's re-examine the prints. Using the official sanctioned print data of the people involved in the case. What? You dare to insult the epitome of justice and integrity? There's no need for such antics. Your Honor, I lend my voice to the defense's request. You must allow the test to be rerun. Very well then. Bailiff. Ah, it appears that the official data is here. Thanks, Taka. And the results? It's just as the defense claims. This proves that the prints on the letters do not belong to the defendant. Gah! Yes. The fingerprints actually belong to the victim, Mr. Clay Tyrion. So wait, was Clay the spy? Oh, Polo. My bad, my boy. Those were Clay's fingerprints on the lighter? Ah, I see. Come to think of it. Wasn't it you, Wright, who collected the victim's prints? I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all. When you took the deceased's fingerprints, you could have easily planted his prints on the lighter with his blood, after which he wiped off the blood in his hand. Nah! By your own admission, you were also the one who compiled the phony print data. All to put the blame on Miss Sykes. Yeah! We're gonna break him. This ploy must have been to distract us from the Phantom who is behind everything. You were out to create this impression that the Phantom wasn't the true culprit. So does this mean Detective Fulbright really is the Phantom? Remember the killer's escape route. No ordinary person would have been fearless enough to attempt it. Nobody but the Phantom, the man with no emotions, could have done it. Ugh. Detective Fulbright, you were the only one who could have used that escape route. Ugh. Fulbright, are you really the Phantom? Answer me. Or so help me, I will slash you into tiny silvers while you stand. Ah! Alright, I'll talk. I confess. Seemed a little... I'm not the Phantom.
Silence.
It's all over. Now be a man and admit it already. But I'm not a spy! I'm an undercover investigator. I've actually been after the Phantom myself. An undercover investigator? That sounds less than wholesome to me. A person who hides his identity and secretly investigates in order to uncover the information. And that's what you really are, Fulbright. That's right. I was working to track down the Phantom, but sadly, even though I was supposed to catch the spy ended up catching me. He took my family hostage and forced me to cooperate with him. What?
Objection!
You're telling us this now? But what if you say it's true then? Who was the mystery person Miss Blackwell and Mr. Starbuck saw? It was the Phantom, I tell you! All I did was help him by having that emergency ladder lowered for him.
Objection!
I don't believe you. Then how do you explain the fabricated ladder? That was also one of the Phantom's demands. Being the detective in charge of the case, it was easy for me to fabricate evidence. Pinning the crime on the scene of Sykes was just another one of the Phantom's orders. And you expect me to buy that? Fulbright. What was the Phantom's ultimate objective? I was told it was to sabotage the rocket launch. Someone who didn't want the launch to happen, it must have given him the orders. Actually, I have to apologize to you too. The Phantom told me to get close to you. He ordered me to get back at that psyche profile you have on him. So he sent a buzzard of his own to tail me this past year, didn't he? Did he? I haven't been a champion of justice. I've just been a pawn of evil. A pawn of the Phantom who stole the moon and rock and killed Dr. Sykes 7 years ago. Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. He was top secret information for all kinds of cooperations and countries. So there's a number of organizations that want him dead. If people believed that I was the Phantom, I could have been killed on the spot. Why, I bet even now, there are some assassins lurking nearby. This case is all about the Phantom after all. With the ceiling blown off, I suppose you are vulnerable to a sniper's shot in this courtroom. Just 2 seconds ago, Fulbright was treating Asina like a criminal. Does he really think he's going to lie his way out of it now? But on the surface, everything does seem to make sense. This could be a bad Mr. Wright. If we can't find a flaw in his logic, he's right. After we come all this way, we can't let Fulbright wiggle free now. There, I finally told the truth. Now I hope you see how foolish it was to think I was the Phantom. You're an intelligent man, Prosecutor Blackwell. You believed me, right? I believe you. I don't think you're the Phantom. What? How can you say that, Prosecutor Blackwell? It's obvious he's the Phantom.
Silence.
Evidence is everything, right, Dono? And you must admit there is no clear evidence that Fulbright is the Phantom. Nah. Yes, as I recall, the only solid proof we have seen up to this point is that the fact that Detective Fulbright fabricated evidence. But I've known Fulbright here for a year now, and all this time he's been quite intent on rehabilitating me. I don't believe his efforts were a lie. But Prosecutor Blackwell! This fool truly thought he could reform a death row inmate like me. He went so out of his way in his efforts for me. He actually became kind of a nuisance, really. Prosecutor Blackwell, you believe me? Please tell me Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't really been taken in by this big phony. However, even if it was against your will, you still acted as the Phantom's accomplice. You will have to pay the price for that. Throw yourself at my mercy. And don't you ever betray me again. Have you gotten that? Yes. Thank you. Oh, thank you! I don't believe those tears for a second anymore. Such a bond of trust is such a rare and beautiful thing. It reminds me of Gumshoe and Edgeworth. By the way, what is Gumshoe up to these days? But I don't believe it. I'm not believing his tears. In any case, it looks like everything has been resolved. I can now hand down a not guilty verdict with confidence. Ha 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 ha! Very good. I'm very glad to hear it. It's all over. Everything's been cleared up. And Miss X will go free as well. Mr. Wright, we can't let the trial end here. If we do, the Phantom, the man who killed Clay, will get away. I know, but... what do I do? I don't have any proof that Detective Fulbright is the Phantom. Is this it? Is he gonna get away with it just like that? Now, if you excuse me, my next investigation awaits. And with that, I'm off! Oh, wait. There was no injustice we trust. Well, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, who's yelling hold it this time? Please be Edgeworth! Please be Edgeworth! Please be Edgeworth! Okay, it's Athena. Okay, we're good. The defense! No, wait! Not the defense. The defendant feels it's not time for a verdict yet, and would like to see this trial continue. What? But I was just about to declare you innocent of all charges. It just doesn't feel right to be standing here. Hey, Apollo! Think you could scooch over? Athena, what are you doing? Hope we don't get held in contempt of court. I have some questions for you, Detective Fulbright. Are you revealed that you are no longer under suspicion of being the Phantom? Are you grateful that Prosecutor Blackwell for what he's done for you? Oh, of course I am, and I'm truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. Athena, where are you going with these little questions? I have yet to hear a single emotion behind any of Detective Fulbright's words, boss. The suspicion against him has been cleared up, but he's not feeling happy at all. What does that mean? We may not have any evidence, but the heart doesn't lie. That's it! With your special ability, we might just be able to stop him. Your Honor, the defense has been deeply traumatized by our accusations. Yes, well, even before all this, I thought he was a rather odd fellow. If he doesn't get counseling right away, who knows what might happen to him? I think that was enough, Haas. Prosecutor Blackwell, can you believe the nonsense of this defense is spouting? Fulbright, I think you better have that counseling. Not you too! You've been making a baddie remarks ever since you were accused of being the Phantom. Such as, you're an undercover investigator, and your family has been taken hostage. I fear you might have finally lost it. But I thought you believed me! Oh, how you amuse me so. What's going on here? That's an excellent bit of a psychological manipulation just now, Simon. I knew you would catch on, Asina. Huh? Mind filling me in here? Hehe. Guess we left you out in the dust, huh, Mr. Wright? Simon was only pretending to believe Detective Fulbright. Because he knew I noticed if there was a lack of emotion of joy or relief in his response. So he gave me the chance to take a listen. And I did to the voice of Detective Fulbright's heart. What? You two are working together just now? The prosecution and the defense working together? Come now, Athena. Show us what's inside Fulbright's heart. You got it. Time to check in the instant replay. Right. Anime! Let's do this! Thank you for believing in me, Prosecutor Blackwell. I'm an undercover investigator, but the Phantom was harassing me. He stole the Moonrock and killed Dr. Sykes 7 years ago. I'm a bad person for cooperating with such a man. But he took my family hostage. What else could I do? Even with all of his over-the-top expressions, gesture, he's registering no emotion at all. It's just like I thought, and right in line with the Phantom Psyche profile. Detective Fulbright, this lack of emotion proves you're the Phantom. Hey, what's going on? Wait, hold it! What do you think you're doing, Detective? Me? I'm not doing anything. He's trying to hack the Moon Matrix program. I can't do anything with it like this. Gah! Fancy device you have there, but I'll tolerate no cheating, thank you. Sorry about that. As an undercover agent, I tend to use my secret arsenal without even thinking. More like as a spy. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. There! Now that you can't hack me anymore, I dare you to try to hide your lack of emotions from us. Lack of emotion, but what are you talking about? Of course I have feelings! As a matter of fact, you wounded me very deeply with that accusation. What's going on? All of a sudden, I'm getting an overwhelming happy reading. Huh? But he's literally crying a river over there. Oops, my mistake. How about this? Gah! Yikes, now he's angry all of a sudden. What's he trying to pull? Like it or not, it appears our friend is not completely without emotion. It's just as it says in Dr. Sykes' profile of the Phantom. The subject has a unique psychological makeup with almost no emotion fluctuation. Oh, I get it. So he has some emotions, right? Precisely, which leads me to wonder why you can't sense any of emotions from him at all. I believe it's the most likely because he is controlling his emotions. Very good, Prosecutor Blackwell. You are correct. It is a result of my daily training. It's a very important skill for us undercover investigators, you know. More like for us spies. Seriously. But I wonder why he suddenly showed several strong emotions. Wait a minute. I think I know. I sense there's a feeling that you're trying to hide your... there's a feeling you're trying to hide with your exaggerated emotions, Detective. Ha ha ha! A feeling I'm trying to hide? That's a good one. You're the ones who have been saying, "Hey, I'm the Phantom because I don't have any emotions. I'm just trying to show you a range of deep emotions I truly possess." Then you have no objections to me in analyzing you, right? No, analyze away. But I will say it again, I am not the Phantom. And before warning that all your analysis will have no effect. Because you're all about to see what an undercover agent can really do. Wait, what? Oh my gosh. They're going all over the place. I have an idea, but I'm gonna have to time it right. I think I really could just click on anything. Maybe this? I don't think so. I've never seen a person with such chaotic such a chaotic emotion state. There has to be something here. I just know it. This might be a long shot, but if there's a really emotion mixed in there somewhere, then it's possible it'd be the one emotion that doesn't disappear. The one emotion that doesn't disappear, huh? I'll give that a look then. Okay, those statements have all over the place. Okay, those disappear. Hold it! This hasn't been going away. I found it. I found the one emotion you're truly feeling. What? Hiding in the middle of that chaotic storm, I saw one emotion that never disappeared. When you talked about the moon rock, you felt a fear that wouldn't fade. Fear, huh? A fear that a man with hardly any emotions feels, huh? And it was just a response to that moon rock. Detective Fulbright, I presume you feel... You tried but to fail to steal the moon rock. That stain on your career as a spy has left you feeling afraid. But the moon rock did indeed disappear from the laboratory. And I hardly think a person who feels so little fear would overthink a thing like that. Don't everyone jump on Phoenix. Don't everyone jump on the Phoenix hype train all at once now. Didn't the topic of a spy... didn't the topic of what a spy might fear is the most come up in our discussion earlier? Detective Fulbright, Of course. That's it. Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. He had top secret information for all of us kinds of cooperations and for all kinds of cooperations countries. So there's a number of organizations that want him dead. If people believe I was the Phantom, I could be killed on the spot. Why bet even now? There's our assassin lurking by nearby. This case is all about the Phantom after all. Detective Fulbright, I think I know why you would feel afraid. You're afraid that the moon rock will somehow reveal your identity. If his identity were revealed, he would be killed immediately. Totally understandable. Totally very much understandable. If his identity revealed, he would be killed immediately. That's certainly enough to make even the Phantom feel afraid. Me? Afraid? I don't know what you're talking about. So there really is something about the moon rock that would reveal his identity. Apparently so. Wait a minute. Maybe the Phantom didn't so much steal the moon rock, but more likely he had to take it with him, because there was something on it that revealed his true identity. Hold it! Now where do you think you're going? Me? I'm not going anywhere. Is it just me, or was he going to use that weird watch thing to try to get away? How many more of those toys does he have? And where can I get myself some? Detective Fulbright, you will answer honestly to this court right now. Why do you feel fear was in connection with the moon rock? Injustice we trust, not emotions, Mr. Lawyer. Evidence is everything. I'm the Phantom because I'm afraid. Don't make me laugh. Yeah! Now what was that just now? But all human beings have a heart and experience emotions. Sometimes analyzing a case from the psychological perspective is the best way to find the truth. It's all just a waste of time. All your efforts of analyzing serve no purpose. And now in the dark age of the law, nobody would believe your claim that it's effective. In an era where evidence is fabricated, do you truly expect feelings to be accepted as proof? And where exactly is your proof that I fear the moon rock anyways? Well, I admit I don't have any conventional proof, but I still will say that examining a person's heart has its merits. Oh, really? Then why don't you listen carefully with those special ears of yours? Listen to the voices of the hearts of the people in the gallery. All I hear is distrust. As you can see, the people are on my side, because all they see is a strange little girl using a weird little machine. But it's not like I use analytical psychology to falsely accuse people. Uh-oh, he's got a seat of doubting herself. Miss Sykes, this analytical psychology has breathed a new life into the courtroom. It has freed the hearts of many witnesses. It has been the key of getting to the truth. What nonsense. Your Honor, the defense claims is a false one. I don't fear any kind of fear when it comes to the moon rocks. I see. Very well. I will give the opinion of this court. In trial, I don't feel that a person's emotions are quite as complicated as compelling as actual evidence is. But, Your Honor... Hee hee hee, ho ho ho, ha ha ha! There, you see? Nobody believes you, and I trumped, and your trumped up charges. However, I do believe Miss Sykes can contribute into making the truth clear. I have seen her do this firsthand several times already. Surely you jest. So does this mean you will accept my findings in this trial, Your Honor? Yes, I believe your claims, Miss Sykes. I think there is a merit in examining why the witness feels fear in regards to the moon rock. That is the court's opinion on this matter. Then that's a win for me. No, a win for analytical psychology. Now, Mr. Phantom, you will tell the court the reason for your fear. Analytical psychology. My fears. Fine. I'll show you precisely why those extract things can't be considered evidence. Hee hee hee. Ho ho. Ha 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 ha. I felt fear when I thought about the moon rock because it reminded me of the Phantom. Yes, I'm very afraid of him because he took my family hostage. What reason would the Phantom have to be afraid of the moon rock? None at all. So the fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock means I am not him. In fact, I'm on the side of justice. And there you have it. Now, do you see why I'm afraid of the moon rock? Sure. You sound convincing enough. But does any 2-bit con artist? But does any 2-bit con artist? So does any 2-bit con artist. It's all meaningless in the absence of evidence. The Phantom is just a mist. It's just like the mist. No flesh, no bones. My sword alone cannot cut it. Right, Dono? With your deductive reasoning and the body of evidence before us, let us send this miserable Phantom fellow to the other world together. You and I, Prosecutor Blackwell. We have a duty to bring the Phantom down and restore the people's faith in the courts. Indeed, by covering for Asina, I allowed the Phantom to escape. And as a prosecutor, I gave birth to the people's mistrust with my own murder conviction. I bear part of the responsibility as well, for being suspected of forging evidence and losing my attorney's badge as a result. The two of us and the Phantom were the beginning of the dark age of the law. Then it's also our burden to cut away the foul specter we created, is it not? Until all that remains is the righteousness of the courts and the faith of the people. Hee hee hee, ho ho ho, ha 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 ha! Trust, understanding, ha! Fragile ideals for the masses who are controlled by emotion. Humans can't truly trust each other, which is exactly why the illusion of trust is so enticing. Once two people overcome their misgivings, that's where real trust is to be found. You're free to believe what you want, but trust like that is stronger than you and your lies anyways. It only reminded you of the Phantom? Don't make me laugh. You are the Phantom. Evidence is everything in a court of law. Or did you forget? I was forced to testify over a silly things like feelings. But those tactics won't work on from here on. You need real evidence. Ugh. I hate to admit it, but he's right. Your family. Like who in your family specifically? Oh, I don't know. Like, maybe my lover, for example. For example, maybe? We need more concrete answers than that. Ha ha ha! Maybe my mother, my son, oh, my daughter. Or maybe it was all of them. I'm so sad and worried. I miss them so much. Ha ha ha! Ugh, he's obviously lying. Looks how upset I am. Isn't it a wonder why I followed the Phantom's orders? You can't think of a single reason why the Phantom might be afraid of the rock. I thought the Phantom wasn't even supposed to have any feelings. How can someone like me, with my wealth of emotions, be expected to understand the guy? He doesn't feel. The Phantom's a person with very few emotions. would only be afraid of something really big, like his cover getting blown big. I'm willing to bet the moon rock has something to do with his identity, but what? Maybe the Phantom's fingerprints are on the rock, but fingerprints can be wiped off. Then maybe he wants the rock so bad he would literally drool on it and left his DNA. We're dealing with a spy here, Asina, not a slob. True. But maybe the DNA part isn't too far off. Huh? If something unexpected happened to him during the incident 7 years ago. I just know I have something that can show why the Phantom is afraid of that moon rock. I'll just continue with my testimony while you ponder then, if you don't mind. I always said it! Fulbright wears gloves! Is he trying to hide the fact that he was stabbed in the hand 7 years ago? How afraid were you exactly? I'm so scared I started shaking even when I see the moon in the sky. Do you shake when you see Miss Sykes' earring? Well, to be honest, since the very first time I met Miss Sykes, I felt more than a little frightened of her. I guess some people are just inspired that much fear in other people. Mr. Wright, you were thinking something mean-spirited and rude, weren't you? Haha, of course not! Maybe beef up mind-reading defenses. Now do you understand? The very fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock, it proves that. In fact, I'm the other side of justice. After all of you've done, how dare you speak the word justice? How dare you speak my protege, one of my partners, his last name? In justice we trust. I'll say it as much as I want, with absolute confidence. I'll say it even after you're in the grave. You're in the grave, Fulbright. Whatever I say is just. It's just. And that's how it works in this dark age of the law. Grr, he won't give in to the best of me. It was that twisted argument of his. I'll find a way to get him right where I want him. Detective Fulbright, or rather, the Phantom, feels fear in regards to the moon rock. It probably has something to do with being afraid that his true identity will be revealed. Right, so is that why the Phantom had to take the moon rock with him 7 years ago? In that case, we have something to show. Well, just. I've been wondering when I get to present this. Whoops. Huh? You better not be talking about my hair. If you've chosen to waive your soda constrictions that don't exist, perhaps. Subtle, aren't you? I'll have no wild swords waving in my courtroom, Mr. Wright. What the prosecution can dig up on in the future. Whoops. After that, the Phantom vanished completely. The case has remained unsolved, and we were never unable to cover the truth. As the days passed, the dark age of the law only grew darker and darker. At least it's a simple, not like the Phoenix Wright trilogy. Because it reminded me of the Phantom. Yes, I am very afraid of him because he took my family hostage. What reason would the Phantom have to being afraid of the moon rock? None at all. So that very fact that I am afraid of the moon rock means I am not him. Wait, Hold on. It might have been Wright's statement wrong piece.
Objection!
Nailed it. Detective Fulbright, I assume you know what this is. Of course! That's the knife the Phantom used to kill Tyrion. That's right. And the exact same type of knife Miss Sykes used 7 years ago when she stabbed the Phantom's hand. Yes, that was discussed earlier, as I recall. He dodged at first, so I only got his lows. But I tried again! And this time you got him, didn't you? I did. I remember it clearly now. The knife went into the back of his hand. Miss Sykes then stated that she remembers the culprit bleeding. It's my theory that the culprit's blood got on the moon rock, and he was afraid that the blood was analyzed, his true identity would be revealed. That explains why the Phantom had to remove the moon rock from the scene of the crime. You mean if we ran an analysis now, we'd know who the Phantom is? Ha ha ha! Yes, I suppose so, but unfortunately the moon rock in question is missing. That may be so, but I'm certain I can explain what happened to it in great detail. You can? Of course. Not. You don't actually expect us to believe that, do you? Because if you don't, fool me. Yeah! What this court needs is a bully-free zone. Also, we need witnesses to stop trying to kill the defense. And prosecutors, too. The famous, this sort of a beguiling bluff. Its edges without compare. Come now, ready it with me, and show us just how finely it cuts. Your Honor, this is an outrage. Oh, I mean, this is an outrage? Gah! Go on, Wright Dono. Let's start with something that's been bothering me for a while. Now, the culprit supposedly removed the moon rock from the lab. But in this video of him, it's nowhere to be seen. Oh, you're right. But here's something to consider. What if the Phantom hid the moon rock somewhere at the scene of the crime? Good thinking, boss. Security was super tight at the Space Center back then. All that in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in those days. All personnel effects were examined thoroughly, coming and going. You couldn't even smuggle the rather old leaf through those checkpoints. Does this mean the moon rock still is somewhere in the Space Center? In the name of justice, I proclaim that's impossible. And why was that? The Space Center was searched from top to bottom, and especially the lab. But the moon rock was never found. How could I forget about that? It's a sad but true fact. We still haven't a grasp on how it was done. But the Phantom made the moon rock vanish into the ether. There's no way it just disappeared. Logic and evidence tells us otherwise. The Phantom didn't have the moon rock on him when he left the lab. Yet, through a thorough police search, didn't turn up anything. And it never turned up in 7 years after that either. The Phantom made the rock disappear without physically removing it himself. But how? There must have been a way. Sink, Phoenix, sink! How did the moon rock vanish from the robotics lab? So, can you or can you not show what happened to the moon rock, Mr. Wright? Yes, I can. Your Honor? What? Oops, sorry, I mean... What? In that case, let's have your answer, Mr. Wright. How did the Phantom make the moon rock disappear from the crime scene? This is gonna be a long shot. But why do we have it in evidence? That's where the moon rock was hitting? Yes, well, I thought it would be kind of cool if it was. I wasn't asking about what you thought was cool. I'm looking for a reasonable argument. Yeah! But what if I don't have one? So let's see. The Phantom didn't have the moon rock on him when he left. And it wasn't found anywhere in the Space Center. So what happened to it? It's almost as if it disappeared off the face of the Earth. Off the face of the Earth. Wait a minute. That's it! Alright, Mr. Wright, let's have your answer. You do have one, don't you? It was in the Hope's capsule! That's the Hope capsule, right? The one that went up in the Hat 1 rocket. He couldn't carry the rocket out, but he couldn't leave it in the center to be found either. So there was only one safe place to stash it. The Hope's capsule that was there in the lab that day. Yes. The team must have loaded it up onto the Hope space probe eventually. But if that's what happened, then the moon rock would have been launched up into space along with the rocket. Preposterous! It would mean that for these past 7 years, the moon rock was in space. Exactly. The Phantom got rid of the moon rock in the most cosmic way he knew. By putting it in space. It was out there in the depths of space. Aboard the Hope space probe. What? Order! Order in the court! I understand now. The Phantom's original scheme was to sabotage the Hat 1 anyways. The villain. He used his primary objective to conveniently kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's right. He planned for the moon rock to be turned into cosmic dust out in space. Thereby destroying the one piece of evidence that could truly reveal his identity. But Mr. Starbuck and the others foiled the Phantom's plot. The Hope space probe sailed off safely on its mission and returned 7 years later. With the capsule in tow now. Gah! If we analyze the blood on the moon rock, it should make him one thing crystal clear. That you were the Phantom all along, Detective Fulbright. So he killed Clay just so he could get the moon rock back? I believe so. His original assignment may have been just to sabotage the Hat too, but at the same time, he also had to retrieve the evidence of his crime 7 years ago. That's why he went to the boarding lounge and attacked Clay as he made his escape out of the rocket with the capsule. But in the end, it was all he could do. But all he could do was just escape himself. So he didn't even get the capsule. Clay must have done everything so he could stop Fulbright. He probably hung onto that capsule for all it was worth until his very breath. Oh, that is so funny. You make me laugh. You really do. Boy, he's totally out of whack now. It's game over for you, Detective Fulbright. Why don't you just admit it to all now? There's nothing to admit. I'm Bobby Fulbright, undercover investigator, I tell ya. I'm not the Phantom. The blood on the rock is just another one of his schemes. A trap. Now I'm not sure what to think. Edgeworth, please tell me you finished your part of what you're dealing with, you're doing. I suppose the Phantom is a spy worth his salt. A trap is not out of the question. But in that case, you should say anything is a trap. That's what makes a trap a trap. I've been framed into taking the blame for the Phantom. Your Honor, I believe further investigation is in order.
Silence.
Further investigation? More like plotting your escape. But no more. I will bring you to justice myself if I must. Here and now. I guess it's time to show you just what I'm really capable of. Die, Simon Blackquill. Hey, you guys aren't really... Thanks, Edgeworth. It looks like I made it just in time. Edgeworth, I have good news for you, Mr. Wright. I have uncovered something very crucial facts. Did you find something out about the Phantom's true identity? You might say that. I started looking into the first people on the scene 7 years ago. All three, an employee and 2 officers, were registered in the robot's requisition system, but none of them looked like the least bit like Detective Fulbright. That's not good. But there was more. I have yet to share my most important findings. Mr. Wright, Prosecutor Blackwell. You best brace yourselves. Uh-oh. The man you see before you, Bobby Fulbright, is already long dead. What? Huh? What's that supposed to mean? An unidentified body that was found a year ago has now been proven to possess Bobby Fulbright's fingerprints. Then does this mean... Yes, the man there is an imposter pretending to be Bobby Fulbright. An imposter?! Let's vote him out! This is now Among Us! I'm kidding. Then this man, who in the world is he? Enough of your trickery. If you will not reveal yourself to us, then I shall do it for you. What the? His face! Aw, look what you did to my mask. Mask? What is the meaning of this, witness? This is just too much for me, man. Okay, he got me. I guess I have to show you who I really am now. Starbuck! Wait, but that's... Hey, Polo! Yep, it's me, Solomon Black, Starbuck. Mr. Starbuck? But that can't be right. I feel like there's another mask. You can't really be the Phantom, can you?
Silence.
Of course not. The real Starbuck was aboard the Hat 1, which was set to be destroyed. Yeah, this is just another mask. I mean, didn't I tell you? I'm an undercover investigator. I can change their identities at will. I can be anyone I want. Not so fast. I have the Phantom Psyche profile right here. If we can apply a Psyche profile on you and compare the results, it will prove that you are the Phantom. It's time for me to show you the real meaning of the phrase, the ends justify the means. He's gonna be fucking Professor Means, isn't he? That voice. Those words. I'm not even gonna spec tank this one. I cannot accept such evidence here, Miss Sykes. Professor Means? Mask? I'll take what I want by any means necessary. Now give me that evidence. Huh? Time to take out the trash. permanently. How could you? Now do you see now how powerful the ends justify the means can be?
Silence.
How pathetic. You can't even speak without wearing another man's face. Ah, but that's where the life of an undercover agent for you. My real face has no meaning or value to me at all. Or perhaps it's really the case that you don't even know who you are anymore. What must you see when you look in a mirror, Mr. Phantom? Not an awful lot, I wager. Well, aren't you just the master of psychology, Blackwell? That's right, I don't know who I am. I'm always living as someone else for my assignments. I don't remember what my face looks like. Or even what my personality was like. My face, memories, personality, beliefs, emotions, souls. I left them all behind. I have no self. I am no one. I am nothing but an endless abyss. What's with this guy? Is he even still human? And now we resume your lesson, Professor Wright. Oh, huh? I believe you mean this argument earlier. If you were to analyze the blood on the moon rock, you could prove that I am the Phantom. I believe there was blood on the moon rock in the capsule. Now that we know that you aren't even Bobby Fulbright, your claims of the Phantom trap won't work anymore. Then why don't you just bring this moon rock in? This decisive evidence from the Hope capsule? I think I'll do just that. Get ready, because Hope capsule is about to seal your... It was taken by the police. For... Fudge! It was in the courtroom bombing from the other day. The capsule was there. It was evidence. Was blown to smithereens. It looks like you have finally caught on. Full marks for the defense for effort. But what's a shame your hope was lost in the courtroom explosion. So that's really the reason the courtroom was blown up. It was all for the Phantom to destroy that one piece of evidence. I can't believe it. Have we really reached a dead end after coming all this way? Has the only evidence we have on this guy really been destroyed? Edris, please tell me you have more! How dare you continue calling me the Phantom? As I've already lost, I'm just a nameless undercover agent. And the defense will continue to assert that you are the Phantom. Furthermore, we have proof. Or at least a prayer. Whoa! Living on a prayer! My god, my voice is going. I'm afraid that one too, Mr. Wright. Oh, what? Come on, I sang a whole song and everything, Your Honor. Okay, I didn't sing like a whole song, but I sang like a couple lines of a line from the song. At least put some weight behind your swing, right, Dono? I know, I'm trying! There's only one thing that can unmask this menace, the moon rock. But that was blown to bits in the courtroom bombing. And yet, is it really gone without a trace? What if some tiny piece, some little fragment, still exists? Your Honor, the defense requests an entire examination of this courtroom right now. Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. I was right on the dot. That strange black and yellow thing on the side of the left of the picture. Very well, Mr. Wright. Let's see your proof. What evidence will we finally prove the Phantom's identity? Isn't that the bomb that blew up the courtroom? And the moon rock along with it? Are you saying this will reveal the Phantom's identity? Yes, Your Honor. Focus your attention on this photo taken after the bombing, especially right here. Please take a look at this newspaper article. This article is about about Hat 1. Now please note the strange black and yellow rock here on the left. That is the moon rock. And when we looked at this photo of the bomb fragments, see how there is a rock-like object with the same coloration? Oh my, yes, I see it. It would seem that the moon rock was much more durable than the Phantom thought. If we take a look at all the fragments the police found, then we likely find one with blood. And DNA testing on that blood will prove that the witness is indeed the Phantom. Unbelievable. But that's impossible. A surprise to be sure. That's one bloody tough rock. Let us have the fragment tested straight away. Oh, and you'll be having a DNA test too. Fulbright. Bailiff, contact the police department immediately in order of testing. Yay, Taka! Prosecutor Blackwell, what does the test results show? There's one rock fragment that has blood on it, and it appears to be several years old. DNA testing revealed. Well, I'm sure you know full well what it revealed. They confirmed it was the witness's blood on it, didn't they? There's no use trying to talk your way out of it anymore. Admit it, you are the Phantom. Apollo? Huh? Mr. Wright, did you just raise an objection to yourself? No, I didn't say a word. He's using my face. That was my objection, Apollo. Huh? I'm not even going to. Furio Tiger! That was a pretty good objection too, don't you think? Now he's me. So, did you have an objection or not, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, no, not really, Your Honor. No, not you, Mr. Wright. I mean, the witness, Mr. Wright. Could this trial get any more insane? What's next? Can we just call him Furio Tiger? Mr. Wright, this fragment of the rock in the photograph, and those just like it. How can you be sure they are pieces of the same moon rock was at the robotics lab? Care to explain what you mean? Well, there may have been a rock or two in the courtroom that had my blood on it. But how do you know they're not just rocks? You can't prove they're the moon rock, right? Don't be absurd. Just compare the fragments with the rocks in the newspaper article. Anybody can see that they're the same. They just have the exact same coloration. God damn it. But maybe some other rock with the same coloration happened to be in the courtroom. That's highly unlikely a rock with such a unique appearance just happened to be there. But you can't deny it's a possibility. Thank you for... But your blood was found on one of the fragments. Apollo, there's no something suspicious about my blood being on a piece of rock. And why not? I know it sounds like an excuse, but... Several years ago, I tripped and fell into this very courtroom and was hurt pretty badly. Maybe that shows how my blood found its way into a piece of rubble. Even he must realize how ridiculous that sounds. And yet, I suppose it's not completely out of the question. I see you're starting to sweat, Mr. Wright. I saw it in the worst of times or when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You're the last person I want to hear that from. Well, but then why don't we get those fragments analyzed? We could ask an expert to verify if they were from the moon rock in the robotics lab or not. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that's just isn't going to be possible. And why not? In order to prove that the fragments are from what you say they are from, you need a sample from the moon rock from several years ago to compare it with. But that moon rock doesn't exist anymore. There's no sample data of it left either. Athena! Your earring! So you see, short of going back in time, there's no way of proving that any of the fragments are from that moon rock. Oh! No! There's really no way to prove it. Are you finally ready to throw in the towel? So, the moon rock doesn't exist anymore, huh? That's right. It was such a valuable rock, too. A shame, really. But it's lost to us forever. He's wrong. It's not completely lost. In fact, it's right here on the defense bench. There's another piece of it, right here by our side. A shining fragment of hope that can turn everything around. The final piece of evidence to put this phantom away for good. The defense has a piece of evidence that completely contradicts your claim. You have what now? A final fragment of hope that was passed down with great love and care. We do. We do. Even if it's the person holding it hasn't even if the person holding it hasn't realized it. Well, she's wearing it. Well, technically she's wearing it. So, but you know, technicalities. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Pay no attention to him, Your Honor. He's just bluffing as usual. I wonder if you'll be able to force your biggest smile when you see what I've got. Try me. But just about the only things my mother left me was Widget and this earring. Maybe she did love me in her own way. Athena, you may not know it, but your mother left you with a very important piece of evidence. She did? You're bluffing. You don't have anything of the kind. Oh, but we do. Evidence that will finally corner you. Because we have a moon rock of our own. Yeah! Oh! You mean? Exactly. A gift Dr. Seiss left her daughter. An item Athena has cherished and worn all these years. As a distance as Dr. Seiss may have seemed to her daughter, that's a fragment of her love. Will shake off the darkness of the past and give us all hope for the future. This is the defense sample of the moon rock. That's your sample? It's all we got, Your Honor. This earring that Miss Sykes always wears was made from that original moon rock. What? All this time? It was right here all along? No. Ugh. It can't be. If the composition of the bombing fragments and the earrings are found to be a match, then it will prove beyond a shadow of the doubt the origin of the fragment of this photo. And since the test results show that the blood on the fragment was yours, this means that the identity you tried so hard to hide will finally be revealed. The identity I tried to hide? I don't have an identity to hide. I may not have Athena's ears now, but even then, even I can hear the fear in your voice. Fear? I don't feel fear. I left all my emotions behind years ago. If every human being feels fear, you simply can't face the emotions inside you. You can't face them because you have nothing. No love, no trust. And I suppose you do. I didn't have anybody to support me at first either. I couldn't face the fears inside me. Couldn't get over the trauma of my past. Like I said, I don't feel fear. Then you're just a coward running away from yourself. When I had my doubts about Miss Sykes, I felt like I would collapse under the weight. But I wanted to trust her. And I knew I could trust Mr. Wright to uncover the truth. That's why I was able to use my suspicions face my suspicions without hesitation. Running away from myself. How can I run away from myself when there's nothing inside? Nothing at all. I know it's hard for someone as unwilling to trust others as you to understand. But people have emotions. It's just a fact of life. And if so, people can be weak at times. But that's exactly why people need to trust one another. So that they can gain the strength to face themselves when things are at their bleakest. Without trust in others, how can you even hope to face your fears? The fear inside of me. Is this? No. Ah! Ah! I'm afraid. I'm scared. Ah! I feel fear. You can't outrun yourself. Remove that mask and unleash your emotions. Confront your guilt head on. With your own true face. My own true face? No, please don't. I know you're here. Where are you? See? I haven't revealed anything yet. Honest. My own true face. I don't have one. My face, my face, my face. Tomate? No. Nice. Is this my face? Is it? Is it? No, that's not it. No. This isn't me either. Ah! This is me? Which one is it in my face? What am I? Who am I? Ah! A snipe attack in this very courtroom. It chills me to my bones. But the police are doing everything they can to track down the sniper as we speak. Prosecutor Blackwell, how is Detective Fulbright? His imposter doing? He's a lucky fellow. The bullet didn't hit any vital organs. He appears to be now in no danger of dying. Well, that was so fortunate for all of us. The analysis of the final piece of evidence Wright Dono submitted is in. The composition of Miss Sykes' earring and the fragment with the blood on it is a match. We can now be certain that it's a fragment of the moon rock in question. The murderers and bombing of the Space Center are both past and present. The bombing of the courtroom number 4 and all of his other crimes, as numerous as the stars. Under suspicion of all these things, the spy known as the Phantom has been incriminated. The prosecutor's office is now responsible for his well-being. There are still measures of things we wish for him to tell us about after all. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, it's time to finally bring this trial to an end. But before I do, will the defendant please return to her proper place? Yes, Your Honor. Now then, this court finds defendant Asina Sykes Not guilty! Okay, now we can let Apollo deal with his grief. Now that we got him closure. So we're never gonna know the true identity of the Phantom. He's just gonna be the Phantom. Court is adjourned. December 20th, 9:12 p.m. District Court, courtroom, defendant lobby number 5. Congratulations, Mr. Nick! Thank you, Pearls. And thank you for being there for Athena. It's the least I could do. But Athena was great, wasn't she? She was so strong throughout the whole trial. Daddy, I'm so glad to see you. Trissy, are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine, Daddy. I was doing magic tricks for the other hostages to keep our spirits up. That's our Trissy for you. I'm really glad to see you're safe. Right. I feel I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. Edgeworth. We would never have caught him if it weren't for all of you. Aw, come on, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? It was you who brought in my final piece of evidence. You're the ones who've been tracking the Phantom all this time. Plus, you were the one who gave Black Quilt permission to serve as prosecutor, right? Yes. Well, we knew the Phantom was somewhere nearby. The police and I were trying to find him, but we never did manage to do so until this trial. Well, then, you never would have won this. We would have never won this trial without you. It was your help as chief prosecutor that was the key to the successful conclusion. Besides, it was you that saw that I got my attorney's badge back, wasn't it? So, if you figured it out, did you? Yeah, getting my license back went just a little too smoothly, you know. It should have been much harder after the evidence forging scandal. Well, I owe you a few favors. Hey, Edgeworth. Think we can finally bring the dark age of the law to an end? Even the darkest of nights turn to dawn eventually. Our sun will rise again. Besides, now that Prosecutor Blackwell has been cleared of all charges, a great deal of the mistrust towards the court system should be swept away. You know, you could say that with a bigger smile, Edgeworth. It won't kill you. Instead, that furrow in that brow of yours just keeps getting deeper and deeper. So I should smile more, huh? I'll think about it. Ah! The complicated love-hate relationship between lifelong rivals. Athena? I'm forever in your debt. You went into all that trouble, even taking the bar exam while you were overseas. Well, I knew that if I didn't get your sentence overturned fast, you'd be executed. So I studied and studied. I was frantic. I'm so glad I made it in time. Just barely. But I still made it. Not a girl, Athena. It's good to see you finally let out your tears out. Okay, it's all over. So now she can cry. Come on. Yes, I survived by the skin of my teeth. Thanks to you. Gee, but you, Simon, for trying to throw your life away like that. It was never my intention to just throw my life away. But some things in this world are more important than your own life. Like what? My honor-bound duty to protect with my life. My mentor is the most beloved treasure. Huh? It was you, Athena. That's some loyalty. This guy really is a samurai through and through. Well, it looks like we can breathe easy now. Apollo, Athena, thank you both. It took all of us together to pull it off. You bet, boss. What a team we are, huh? It was definitely the most amazing turnabout I've ever seen. I'm a lucky guy. My office has been the best has the best, most capable lawyers around. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna work extra hard to make up for all the worry I caused. Polo's justice is fine and ready to go. Let's hear it for the Right Anything Agency. Well, nobody's gonna try harder than me, so you better watch out, Apollo. Simon is free, thanks, Mr. Wright. But there's so many more people out there who need our help. You're right, and I'll be needing both of you to help them. We still have a long way to go. Get ready, you two. We won a major victory, but the war is far from over. There are still people out there suffering and falling with false charges who needed defending. We got a lot of work ahead of us, if we ever hope to fully bring the dark age of the law to a close. Hey, I know one thing we have to do. We have to celebrate with a bowl of pumping hot noodles! Huh? Nothing like a bowl of Eldon noodles after a trial. All on Mr. Wright's tab. That's how it works at the Right Anything Agency, right, Mr. Wright? Huh? Huh? Ah, I know this feeling. As a boss, it is your duty to express gratitude for your people for their great work. In that case, allow me to join in the festivities. I would greatly welcome a bowl of noodles. Huh? 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 I have an idea, Daddy. Why don't you just invite everybody involved with the case? The more the merrier, right? Oh, Mr. Nick, look how far you've come. Look, who knew you'd grow up to be such a generous gentleman? Guys, under these circumstances, there's only one thing I can say. Only if I get to join in. Hey, no fair! I want to say it too! Okay, here we go. Objection! We have to watch the credits, like I said. I was trying to think of something nice I could do for Polly now that he's back. So I decided to go around and get a bunch of jobs for him to do. Find less car, install an air conditioner, give him computers lessons, You think I should find him a few legal cases? Nah, that's okay. This is the Right Anything Agency after all. Cena and Polo were so wonderful in court. I better study as much as I can if I want to be a judge someday. My grandma says, eat a lot of peppers and they'll ignite your passions. But, I should figure out what to grow. Green peppers or yellow peppers? Or maybe I should go with the hot as the sun red peppers instead. Just so you know, this is tradition. We have to watch them and voice everybody as we were. The end of the dark age of the law, you say? Tis, Kanye Eve. Don't you know it's sometimes necessary to get a guilty verdict by any means possible? What? They're putting me under investigation? The chief prosecutor wants to see me? Eek! I don't care who the pain is, they are always going to get that nasally ass voice. Even Prosecutor Ouchie got that nasally voice. I've been asked to debut The Great Mask. He's scheduled to go up against the Amazing Ninetales next, though. Oh, what to do. A fight to finish with myself. Why don't you ask Mr. Demon Lawyer to be the Amazing Ninetales, too? That's not a bad idea. I bet you'll be all for it. Ka-ka-ka-ka! So we meet as foes, so are we, my little friend? I don't think Apollo would do it. Would you believe it? I'm an alderman of Ninetales now. Pretty impressive, eh? I took over after Rex Cube. I got good. What'd you say? Would you like to make a little donation for help us out? Hey, you! What do you think you're doing, sinking her into the manor? Yeah! The jig's up. Better make a run for it. I started wanting to be an artist, but after seeing the amazing job Asina did, I started to genuinely interested in law, so now I'm studying for the bar exam. I'm gonna prosecute Asina someday. You'll see! I'm studying my buns off too, but not for the bar exam. I'm gonna pass the seamless entrance exam on my own merits this time. With a score of 100 points, of course. You, Juniper, our dreams will live on forever! I like how they're still friends despite the fact he's 25. I mean, come on. I found it really sweet boxes for all three of them, but they won't wear them. It's all because they want to be legal journalist. I want to be a legal journalist and a lawyer. Anyways, thanks to the trial, the school's new paper feature is as bright as can be. Now let's see what the Fresh Blood has to say in the new school paper. Our editor cried so hard at graduation rehearsal, her cardboard got soggy. The one night reunion concert. I'll still remember that an evening of passion. The president of the student council sang like no other high school student I have ever heard. She was a judge in her own court. She was a judge in her own court someday. I'd love to jam with this. The coolest trial I've ever seen, yeah? I can already hear it now. And he's gonna write a song about it. Though I don't think he comes up again in Administrative Justice. I gave this place a good cleaning from top to bottom, but it's already a mess again. I guess the only thing I can do now is clean up the attitudes of the people in this office. With Mystic Maya's due to come here once her training is over, it simply must be done. This music is just so pretty. Ha ha ha! Humanity's dreams for outer space will never die. In fact, planning for the Hatsuri rocket has already officially begun. Look upon me, people of this great nation, and witness the glory of Yuri Cosmos. What do you... Oh, director? Yes. Rocket preparations are fully completed. Yes. You just leave everything to me. Assistant Director Yuri Cosmos. Wait, then who's director now? Is it Silent? Is it Starbuck? Or is it Blackwell? Oh, no, she's in prison. I'm going to the moon in the new rocket. Or if Fasina or Mommy Mistress came to the moon, I would love to show them around. But which is more interesting? Monstrous or Precentress or mere statistical? You think they would like either one? Yay, hooray! I wonder how Miss Aura is doing. I'd rather be near Miss Aura than on the moon. Oh, Miss Aura, I just want to use you like... I just want you to use me like you used to. Aw, honka chonk. Ready for launch? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! I'm going to the moon for real this time. For me and for Clay. Thanks to my lawyers, I should now never give up. But I'm worried you can't breathe in space. In fact, it's cold as heck. Oh man, now I'm getting really nervous. No, I am not employed here. I simply came to request their services in defense of my sister. But no one's around. I should have kept waiting. I kept waiting for a long time. And what sort of cases brings you here? Oh, your father was accused and you wish for Asina to defend him? Then perhaps he and I shall meet in courtroom in the near future. I look forward to your next month's salary assessment. Eek! Please forgive me! Blackwell's acquittal has brought all manners of ill to the prosecutor's office. It would be absolving that case that saw us the chill winter and the warmth of into the winter spring. I owe Wright yet another debt of gratitude, but I will repay him one day. You can trust that. Oh god, I need to get to bed. Game, seriously, I need to get to bed. And plus, I'm not even technically done with the game. Because we still have Turnabout Reclaim to do. Please tell me Turnabout Reclaim does not have any credits, because that's going to be a little bit of an issue. Because this is like, yes, technically the end of... This is technically the end of Dual Destiny. But, because I think what you're supposed to do is intentionally, you're supposed to play the special episode between 2 and 3. But it's just like insane, man. It's insane that also we never really saw the real result of the real face of the Phantom. But I still can't believe that it was actually Fulbright. I said it as a joke once. I was thinking about it like as a joke. I was like, that'd be a real big plot twist if it was Black Quill, right? It's insane. There might be like a post-credit live if you can't tell. So that's why I'm trying to just be like... This was truly an adventure, though. Really, for sure. It's all over the place, and I really, really enjoyed it. I honestly, without hesitation, I would say this is my favorite game of the series. That is a lie. I forgot a word. I would say this is my favorite. This is my favorite mainline game. I still like Prosecutor's Gambit better. So this is like my second favorite game. It's my favorite mainline. For sure, though. To be fair, I also knew the credits would take like 10 minutes because I've listened to them, this end curtain music like several times on. Ooh. Do we get to see the Hatsuri go off?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
15 seconds.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. This is fine.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
It's gonna go off fine. Also, who's the guy next to him? Gets to hear him go, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. You're fine.
Starbuck! You'll be fine. Just believe in yourself.
The moon's closer than you think.
You're fine. I'm glad we get to see this for him.
Thanks, guys. I wouldn't have made it back into space if it wasn't for you.
All right!
The future's looking bright. That's what Phoenix is probably thinking. Through the years, I've seen as much joy and heartache, honestly, as deceit. But just as Mr. Starbuck was able to escape the harsher pulls of his fears and despair, I believe that hope and friendship can lift us all up towards a brighter future tomorrow. End. But that's not the end. Like I said. No! Because it's not the end, technically. We still have the special episode to do. But we do have to change the music. I feel like we have to change it to that, though. And I definitely do want to keep it up while we end tonight. Because, like I said, this is the end. I gotta get to bed. It's past my bedtime. Okay? But can't you believe that all along it was the detective? I said it as a joke one time. I said it as a joke, and now here we are. It's insane what things can do when you just think of something stupid. Anyways, we are going to go off. I'm not going to rate tonight because, like I said, I really just need to get to bed. But we will be starting Turnabout Reclaim Thursday. I got stuff to do tomorrow, so I can't really say anything. So good night, y'all. Oh, this might be a while.